In this video, we're going to demo a paywalled AI Botpress chatbot. So we're going to use 4 technologies for this video, which I promise you are way simpler to set up than it might seem. We're going to use Stripe for payment management, for taking in payments and keeping track of customers. Of course, we're going to use Botpress for its amazing AI chatbot capabilities. And then we're going to use Supabase as an online, quick and easy to set up database so that we can also keep track of things of it like credits. So each time a user uses a specific command within the chatbot, we can keep track of that. And then for the actual authentication part and making API calls and checking if a user has an active subscription, we're going to use AWS. So specifically within Amazon Web Services, we're going to use Lambda Functions, which are, you can think of them as serverless one-time function calls that are triggered based on an API call, which is going to come directly from Botpress. We're going to use Python for those Lambda functions, and there's going to be 2 of them for this specific use case. And in this video, we're going to demo a legal AI chatbot so that a user can ask legal questions, but only if they've paid, right? So there's a lot of use cases for this, as you can imagine, and this is a really nice way to actually get payment and make profit from an AI chatbot that you set up on your website or within your company, maybe within your SaaS, however you want to include that. There's a bunch of use cases. In our example, you're using a legal AI chatbot. You could do something like a recipe recommender. Maybe a user uploads ingredients they have in their household, and then it costs maybe even 50 cents just to get a recipe back to them. So there's a lot of use cases for this product, and paywalls are really great for being able to generate at least some profit. So hope you guys enjoyed this demo. See you soon. So let's say it's our first time heading on to the legal AI chatbot website. It's going to prompt us to enter our email address so we can check in the background if we already have an active subscription. So I've typed in my email address there. Now it's authenticating in the background. It sees that I don't have an active subscription, and it's giving me the option to subscribe. So then it sends me the payment link for Stripe, which I hop onto here, and I start entering my information. So we need email here. And in this demo, we're going to be doing the main authentication by email from Botpress to Stripe. So you could really set this up as how you want, but just for this specific demo, we're going to check by email. That's how we're going to differentiate the customers. So then I subscribe, and now that I've subscribed, in the background, the Lambda function will be triggered from Stripe, the webhook, and it'll insert that customer into Supabase, into the DB. So then I can click I'm subscribed, and then it'll do that authentication check, and it sees that I'm subscribed. So now it can ask legal questions. So that's the flow where I haven't yet subscribed. Perfect. So in this demo here, I'm going to pretend I've already subscribed before, which I did. I'm going to authenticate myself by entering our email address here, milosarsik14@enviro.io. And then in the background, it'll make that API call to check if we're authenticated, and we are. So you'll see we get access to asking our legal question right away. So now let's look at the actual architecture diagram for this chatbot. So you see in the bottom left there, we have the Botpress AI chatbot, whether that's web chat, Telegram, doesn't really matter. Top left there, we have Stripe. So we're using Stripe here, and we also created a Stripe webhook that AWS will listen to. So that Stripe webhook will send customer-created events to our API endpoint in AWS. So every time a new customer pays on Stripe and it's created within Stripe, that information will get sent so we can get that important customer ID. So if it's a post request, when a customer is created, it goes to that top-level Lambda function, which is the Stripe customer-created webhook Lambda, and it'll add that customer to our Supabase database. So it'll use their email, which we have from Botpress and Stripe, and then it'll match it to the customer ID that we got from Stripe. And that way we can keep track of that customer in our own database, not just Stripe. Then at the bottom there, you can see that GET request. So that GET request goes to the Stripe wrapper Lambda function, which simply just checks if the customer even exists and if they have an active subscription. So we check the Supabase database to see if they're in there. And then we also check if they have an active subscription by doing an API call to Stripe. And again, it's very simple. If you can just if you've never set this up before, it might be a little bit more daunting. But overall, it's not really too complex. There aren't way too many components. It's pretty straightforward. There's only really 2 flows here. And again, you can customize this as much as possible. And the key here for this video is really just to showcase that it's not even about the paywall. Now, that's a really cool feature that I think is very useful, but you could really extend this type of architecture to any feature that you want integrated on top of Botpress, right? And it gives you a lot more freedom and capability than just using something like Zapier or Make.com, which are still great tools, but do limit you a little bit more than completely custom software just like this one. And this is also a little bit cheaper. So Make.com, it's not super expensive, but it might be $30 a month. And you might not be getting guaranteed separate security, which as with AWS and Lambda functions, you can really isolate your instances way more than with something like Make or Zapier. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Let's go to the next part of this video. So I hope you guys found that video helpful for your use case. If you want to try it yourself, I'll include a link to the diagram that I referenced in this video for the complete architecture in the description box below. Or if you'd like, you can even schedule a call with our team at enviro.io. We'd be happy to chat with you guys about any potential solutions for your business, whether it's a paywalled AI chatbot, custom software, or any AI automation for your business. So again, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful in any way, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you guys again next time.